So, needless to say, just disappointing outcome for us, and I don't think it had anything to do with our preparation or effort. Thought the preparation was good during the week, and our effort was good today. I think both teams obviously played really hard. In short, we didn't do enough to beat a good football team on their home field, and give them credit for that. The series has kind of been, the last 6 years at least, decided basically at the end of the game, and been a close margin certainly. So had our opportunities, had several opportunities during the game, weren't good enough to cash in, when we needed to certainly, and just, the 2 turnovers are probably illustrative of that. They came up with a touchdown off a turnover, and we ended up with a field goal. So, the margin's always slim, and those things are really, are important, obviously. So, really gets down to, I think our guys had a real positive effort out there. Thought they competed, and saw a lot of good things. We got off to a little bit of a slow start. Good drive before the half, and then a good drive off the 3-yard line to, after being down 10, to come back and tie it up. But then we couldn't finish it out, and again, credit to them on that one. So certainly hurts. It always has, always will. In the locker room, it's tough, certainly. And, it's not going to go away for a while here, but, we'll go back to work tomorrow. And basically what I explained to the guys is, it's a 12-week season. It's not 2 games. So, we'll go through the tape, see what we can learn, and then most importantly, see what we can do moving forward, how we can improve. Can we use this to, be a better football team moving forward? So that's where we're at right now, and I'll throw it out for questions.
Kirk, what did you think of Mark's play today?
Yeah, certainly improved, and I thought he did a good job leading us, and some tough circumstances out there, but I thought he really did a good job. The biggest thing is he took a step forward, looked a lot more comfortable as a quarterback today. Last week he was really pressing, so good for him to get that experience, and really feel good about him moving forward.
Kirk, you guys have started slow offensively both games. Is there a common denominator there?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, today we played a really good defensive team, with all due respect to our opponent last week, but these are two pretty good defensive teams playing today, and competing with each other. And the way the game panned out, you never know what's going to happen. Like, you think you're going to be in those kinds of games, and sometimes it ends up in the 40s. But to me, no surprise today. Both these teams play well on defense, and it was that kind of game.
Coach, what did you see from TJ Hall today? He had a couple big pass breakups that led to settling for field goals.
Yeah, he did a really good job, and I think he's illustrative of a lot of guys on our team that a year ago was playing, but he's playing at a much better level, and you could see it during the course of spring, summer. Not only playing well, but he's also taking a leadership role on top of it, which is going to be critical for us as we move forward. It's a long season, so yeah, good to see him take that step, really competing and playing smart out there. Tremendous young guy.
Kirk, Mark running as much as he did, was that pre-game plan, or was that just something you adjusted to as the game evolved?
No, it was part of the game plan. I mean, we practiced all that stuff, and then how much you're going to go to it, you never know. And I thought the offensive staff and the players did a good job. Obviously, majority of the first half, we couldn't get anything going really, and then that last drive was important. And then halftime, I thought they really made good adjustments, good conversation, players, coaches, and made some tweaks. And then we just had a hard time getting our hands on the ball that second half.
Mark, what did you make of Jacobs' performance today?
Who's? I'm sorry.
Back here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what did you make of Jacobs' performance today?
Jacob Gill? Yeah, good. He's been – that's how he plays. He's a really good football player. I read something in the out of season about him being a disappointment. I'm like, disappointing to who? He's a guy – he's the same way every day, just a really serious, focused guy. And, he's the last 2 years been our most consistent player at that position. So, he's a guy that really gives us a chance to be a better football team.
How would you assess the passing game through 2 games?
We need improvement, and we know that, and we will. We'll continue to improve. And I thought we took steps this week. We played a tougher defense, obviously, and not showing up in the numbers the way you like it to. But we're going to be fine. We'll just keep pushing forward here and see where it all goes.
Kirk, your guys defensively only gave up 238, held them down a lot of free offense. Couldn't get off the field on that last drive. Is that kind of a double-edged sword where they probably feel bad they couldn't get that ball back?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you want to get the stop and give the offense a chance in better field position than what we had. And Keep them obviously at their end of the field and make them punt the long go. But to their credit, they drove the ball. They did a great job of that, and they're a good time of possession team. I think we were about 30 at that point, and then just never really had a chance to get back on the field of decent position.
Stringer got dinged early. Is he okay?
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. So we'll know more tomorrow. Get it confirmed. But he's got a lower leg injury. That's not good.
But Dunker, though.
I don't think that's real serious. Hopefully, I don't think real serious.
You guys have lost 10 straight now to ranked opponents. I mean, do you feel like you're?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I wasn't aware of that actually. So, we were 3 points short today. That's about all I can say. And it's disappointing. Yeah.
Only 2 sacks through 2 games, 0 today. What do you attribute to the lack of pass rush or lack of ability to get the quarterback?
Yeah. I mean, there's more to it than sacks. I think it's about getting the quarterback off his spot, trying to make him uncomfortable and pressuring him. So, I mean, we're all for sacks. Don't get me wrong on that one, but there's a lot going on out there. And they've got a good offensive football team.
Take 3 more.
Is the running game kind of the way we saw today, kind of find the hot guy? It felt like Jazz was maybe the hot guy in the second half. Is that kind of how maybe it's going to be a 3-headed find the hot guy who's worked the best?
Well, I mean, we'll take it week by week. Obviously we couldn't use Kamara today because he's out, and that stuff's going to change week to week. But Xavier's a young guy. Thought he did some good things, and this experience is going to help him as we move forward. And TJ did a good job out there too. And then Jazz, that's about how Jazz runs. He runs hard, and today that really kind of fit the way the game was going. So I thought he gave us a spark offensively, and you can pretty much count on him that way. That's one thing he does. He hits it downhill and hits it hard.
What was the process of putting in the slow mesh? What was that?
Yeah, I mean, that's something, Warren actually brought that with him or has been doing it for quite some time. Tarleton State also does it. I think they're Tarleton State, but out of Texas. I got to witness that last December also. It's unique. It's very different. And, if it fits, then we'll use it. If it doesn't, we won't. But, yeah, it's just part of the something that Warren brought with him.
What do you kind of make of it? I mean, Iowa State's kind of won games like you guys have gotten used to, close plays, deflections there at the end. What do you kind of make of that the last 4 years?
Well, I'm just worried about this one, and congrats to them. They got it done, and we didn't. So it's credit to them. And in games like this, they're ranked. We're not. I understand that, at least not right now. But it's 2 good teams competing out there, and all the little things really add up. And it's not so much not the plays at the end of the game didn't matter, but those other things like I mentioned. Coming up with a touchdown versus a field goal off a turnover. Just little things over the course of 60 minutes are going to add up and show up in the end in close games, and that's to their credit. They did a good job on that today, and we came up short.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody.